Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here at the Berlin Foreign Policy Forum of the Körber Foundation. My name is Bastian Benrath from the German School of Journalism, and I'm very pleased to be joined today by Senator Mushahid Hussain, the chairman of the Defense Committee in the Pakistan Senate. And since you are in this position, we start right with the first question. With your neighbor, Afghanistan, there have been fighting also German troops. How efficient, in your view, was the way of peacekeeping in Afghanistan? I'm not talking about the intervention itself, but actually the process of state building. Was that, in your view, efficient?
We value the contribution of Germany because Germany is a very important country in Europe, in fact the leader of Europe. And Germany has shown that vision under the leadership of Angela Merkel to have that outreach without the minuses and the negatives of the use of force that we have seen when the US intervenes. And Angela Merkel was the first Western leader who told George Bush that Guantanamo Bay prison should be closed down because it's a violation of international law.
All right, yeah. But the US intervention in Afghanistan, to stay at that topic for just a second, was that actually sensible in your view?
The consequences of the US intervention have had some positives, perhaps, maybe including a transition. But overall, the US policy could not figure out Afghanistan. And they created a lot of complications. And ultimately, it was a policy of cut and run. They just announced a cut-off date and then they said, okay, we are leaving. So we have seen that this is similar to what they did in Vietnam. And they did not have an actual peace process in place, and what we fear is the creation of a new vacuum after their exit. So and many places they alienated the civilian population of Afghanistan because there were a lot of civilian casualties because of the bombings. And at the end of their intervention and occupation, they had also alienated their own from President Karzai also.
Yeah, right, okay. So let's talk about Germany. What makes you think that Germany is actually the leader of Europe? Because you say that really offensively. What makes you think that? Because Germans are, as you certainly know, rather reluctant with this role.
Germany is the biggest and the strongest economy of Europe today. And Germany also has had a history of a good relationship with the Muslim world historically in the last 100 of years. Some of the best scholars of what was called Orientalists, like Anne-Marie Schimmel, was German. And so Germany has had an engagement and involvement. And Germany has also credibility because Germany opposed the Iraq war under Joschka Fischer. So Germany has a track record, so the vision is there. So the will should be now injected because Germany is part of the European Union. The European Union is becoming a very major player with the Americans moving back and their political weaknesses of America with Obama facing defeat and so forth. I think Germany has an opportunity to lead the European Union and play a more proactive and positive role in Asia and the Middle East.
Senator Sayad, I thank you very much for having you here and for giving this interview. Enjoy the rest of the conference.